Assalamu alaikum. You remember we mentioned three very important sources of intrinsic motivation. Okay? So if you ask me, for example, why do I work where I work? It gives me purpose, like deep. You know, the kind where if angel of death was to come and say, "Hey, one more week." Okay, one more week. I think I'll spend more hours at work.
Yes.
You know, finishing some things there that inshallah this one will be Sadaqah Jariyah. Yes. Go and spend as much time with family, coffee, spend time with everybody, that type of thing. But when you say, will it really take you off your Qibla? No. Okay? The things that you are doing are the things that you feel are worth doing. Whether I have 1 week to go, 1 year to go, it's what gives life purpose. But the other thing, autonomy. In other words, the purpose is itself intrinsically motivating. Okay, you can't really motivate. Yes, I need a salary that can take care of basic needs. But if you said, all right, you know what, here is 1 billion naira. Billion. Will I change job? No. Is it understood? Why? I wasn't doing it for the money. I'm not going to stop because of the money. The other thing, however, you can pay me a lot. I'm doing my thing, fi sabilillah. You pay me a lot, okay, fine, thank you for the money. But we are going to dictate what you do. Okay. In the Dawah Institute, we conduct surveys to find out what are the problems, what are the challenges. You tell me, forget about following those ones. Just go and write on this topic, go and write on that one. But that is not what I think is useful for the Ummah. I've discussed with Atahiru, Ismail, Al-Hassan, this and this and this, and we think these are the priorities. And this is what we want. We want some freedom to do what we think is a priority. No. You don't give me autonomy. You are not going to work with Atahiru and Ismail. We are going to bring one person, you will work with him. When you remove that choice, you know what, just carry on, do your thing. We'll go and do Atahiru, let's go and set up another organization, we'll carry on somewhere else. So, autonomy, that freedom, choice to do. But the other thing is, opportunity to grow, to be better, to read more. You say no budget for books. Okay, we'll go online, e-books are generally free, easy to get, go. Yeah, but no, we will not give you any money for megabytes, whatever. No problem, we'll pay for our own. Actually, it's against the law to use office computer for whatever. Opportunity for conference, we're going to learn. No, you can't. That is demotivating. So even when somebody is intrinsically motivated, remember these three things. If you want to kill that motivation, kill purpose, or autonomy, or mastery. And if you want to enhance it, look at the three, don't look at just one. Yeah. Don't do one and forget the other ones. No, look at these three. We've already said something about purpose and the squirrel, you remember, Ko? And we said people come for different things. These 6, everybody has their big ones. Look at these and ask yourself, which is the most important to you? Which is your number one? For some people, the future, certainty in life, my financial future. Actually, for some people, this is so important, Ko. Like for me, this is very important. This is so bad for me. I don't like anything no planning. If you say, let's go to Abuja today, what's my next question? Where are we going? Which the hotel? Have you booked? We are meeting this person. Have you booked appointment? Like to me, I like a greater sense of certainty. I don't like Tomu Iso, that type of thing. Everybody has a different level to which certainty matters. What is and tomorrow we'll discuss more on financial whatever. Where is the school fees of my child going to come from? Okay. That was already a concern before the child was born. I've already bought land to pay for their education, Harvard University. By the time they are ready for university, inshallah, this plot of land should be able to pay for this and that. Okay, yeah, I don't like unplanned future. Guide is with Allah, but at least they will do our best. And we'll come back to that topic, inshallah, tomorrow. So for some people, that's very important. For some people, growth is very important. Yeah, you can know people who growth is important, just visit their house. Check their bookshelf. You will see books. Check their bag. Whenever they travel, if you just tell the person, well, I want you to come and meet me at Carfe at this particular time. Okay, meet me at 6 o'clock. But because I may be free before then, if you can come at around maybe 5. So you be prepared to wait for me for 1 hour. So anybody who growth is whatever, he will come with a book. Yeah. These are people, they can't, if you want to torture them, tell them wait for me and they don't have phone, they can't go online, they can't, no, just sit looking at the, you know how some drivers, you know how dogs sit go? Just sit in one corner, just looking back, yeah, they cannot do that one. Always, let me have something to read. These are people, when they go to sit in toilet, after 5 minutes, they want to read what is on a bottle. They want to read. They can't just stay hakakawa is 0. Yeah. For some, growth is very, very important. For some, connection. Wants to know more about this person. Wants to know more about this person. If you say this person is not happy with you, oh, it disturbs them. Some people, this person is not happy with you. So what? Hey, carry on with life. Yeah. Some people, they really matter about interpersonal connection. Yeah. It's really important to them. Significance and relevance, to be recognized, to be appreciated, especially if they have titles. Barrister, kaza kaza, engineer, kaza kaza, doctor, kaza kaza, makery, whatever the title is, it matters a lot. Recognition, praise, it matters a lot for some people. The other one is variety and adventure. Some people, the moment they land in Mina, wallahi, it doesn't matter what course you have here, they've started doing yawa in Mina already. Yeah, so some of us, you will come and it's just class, dining room, bedroom, mosque. Cool? Yeah, but I'm sure anybody who has done yawa in Mina already? Not yet, cool? Yeah, so there are some people, the moment they land in Mina, yeah, they are into adventure. If you tell them, let's go Lagos, wallah isn't it? You know, any whatever. When they comes, there's one new food. This is, I've been chukuna Niger to just they always want to experience new things. Well, how do you say good morning in Hausa? How do you say good morning in Nupe? They always want something new. And for some, contribution. Their life is about solving problem. Yeah. If you ask him, what are you doing? Well, listen carefully. His life is there to solve. If there's no problem, he has no purpose in life. And solve one problem, he's thinking of the next one to solve. Yeah, you know, he's just like Rahma. His own is just, it has to be solving problem. If it's Boko Haram, he will solve Boko Haram. If Boko Haram goes, he will look for another problem. Yeah, but it's always he wants to contribute or she wants to contribute. It may be to animals. It may be to education. Maybe poverty. Maybe it's always something they want to solve. It may be environment. It may be healthcare. It may be whichever one it is. You'll find they want to contribute. They care. They care. And when you see this person is not happy, well, somebody has a problem that's giving him headache. Yeah. If you see he's in a bad another person, he doesn't care about everybody else. This one, you know, that's what moves some people. Everybody has what you call their top one, followed by their number two. And normally, if for example, these are your top two, your best friend usually has one of them as their top. Yes, you have that in common. if these are your top two, for example, when I tried to do this, I can't remember which was my number one, whether contribution or growth followed by certainty. Those are the order. And when I started thinking, who are my friends? They're all same, contribution, growth. Those are all the top two. Most of them, that's where they belong to. It's good to know what brings you into the da'wah work. Certainty and money, growth, friends, name. Try this, try that. Tomorrow I'll join another group. Tomorrow I'll join another group. Contribution. Yeah, it's good to know what brings you. Yeah, because then sometimes you know who are you in this da'wah with for the long term. Yeah, who is it where if he doesn't get the popularity he wants, after a while, I'll not make name here, I go. So good to know your own. Good to know your own. And do your jadadaniya where necessary. Good to know others too. This mute management, we will come to that inshallah in the next, when we come to the edutainment. Maqasid matters. For you, we know the maqasid of Sharia. What are they? Nafs, preservation of life, property, intellect, dignity, wealth and mal, good. Deen, those are the main five. You can put nasl and nasab under family. Some will put irt together, so Ibn Ashur classifies them. We'll come into that in more detail in the next module when we come to do Sharia intelligence. But look at those maqasid and ask yourself, which one of them is your work contributing towards? Most of us in da'wah, we are contributing to what? Main one is deen, the preservation and the promotion of deen. Are we together?
Yes.
But also, because you want to preserve and promote deen, you have to educate people. Education is part of building aql. Okay? Is the talab al-ilm, is the fard, it's intellectual growth. But also, when we help people with deen, and we help in da'wah, today, we are discussing issues around management. Cool? We will be discussing issues surrounding finance tomorrow, which is on mal. So what you find is, the job of da'wah helps you in fulfilling some of the maqasid of Sharia. Yeah. You help people become financially better. You help them with their families. When you are doing nasiha, you will touch something on family. Yeah, you will touch something on a relationship with parents and children and those. So you will touch issues to do with nasl and nasab and ird. You will touch issues to do with education and the importance of knowledge. You will touch issues to do with deen and bid'ah and how to preserve deen and be on the straight path. You will touch all sorts of issues. It is important when you see somebody wanting to volunteer in da'wah, or you yourself, what brings you? Yeah, because you have to balance your own maqasid with the maqasid of Sharia. Remember that qaida, al-umur bimaqasidiha. This is your al-amari of volunteering and involvement in da'wah. What is its own maqasid? What are you trying to achieve? So your maqasid has to be in line with the maqasid of Sharia, and you ask yourself, what is it fulfilling? If it is going to be fi sabilillah. What is most important to you now? What are your top priorities? And somebody wants to join your group in da'wah, what brings him? What is his priority? What do you want from here? Somebody is a graphic designer. He comes to you and says, I hear you are in da'wah. Madam, I want to join your da'wah group. Do you have any job for graphic designer? Any job for graphic designer? I don't know Adinifa, but I'm graphic designer. How can I help? Do you have anything for him?
Yes.
Yes, so who do you think made this banner? Who designed the covers of your books? Your letterhead. Probably if somebody looks at the letterhead of your organization, you look at it and you say this belongs to 2000 and something. It's old. it won't attract youth today. When you go and give that letterhead to a donor, he will look, as soon as he sees the letterhead, it's not a very serious organization. And just looking at the quality of the paper they are using, most likely these people have never seen 1 million naira. So in Malakate, so give them their 100. Yeah. A graphic designer can do a lot. He can help you with your website. He can help you with your business card. The kind of business card where when you give a person, here is my business card, he holds the business card, he will look at you again. The business card tells him a lot about you. Yeah. There's the kind of business card, the moment you see Kaimakasan on a local name. Yeah. So, good to know, what does this person want to offer? What brings others? Okay. So look at what is bringing others. What do they want? And how can you have a synergy collaboration around contribution? In other words, if your organization wants to contribute towards dawah in rural areas, or whatever it is that your organization is doing, how can everybody contribute? Somebody says, Gaskiya, I don't know Islam too much, I want to learn. What can you bring to the organization? My friend is Kaza Kaza and his father is a multimillionaire. He's the one who owns this company. Kaza Kaza, you find, okay, he can bring funding. He can help you with contacts. Somebody else has a followership of up to 1 million people on his Facebook. That's a lot of connections. Somebody is good with camera, digital editing. Things that normally you will say, Dawah, this one, okay, he's very good with art. And you'd like to say, or whatever. But if you remember Ismail's discussion with you earlier today, New Frontiers in Dawah, there is nearly nothing that is not useful in Dawah. If anybody says, I am ready to volunteer, before you say we don't have space for you, think very carefully. What brings you? What do you think you can do? That's when he will say, Tokaski, I see the kind of design you have for your classroom. Of course, if you talk to him in a particular way, he will keep quiet. Let him make suggestions, he will suggest things for you. Do you think it is people in Dawah that designed this conference room? That the color for this table will be similar to the color of the curtains? That it will be similar to the color of the tiles? Do you really think this is our job?
No.
It's not. Yeah. We know somebody who is good with that type of thing. To Allah, come, look, what? This person is the one to decide your fan, your ceiling, your light, your room. Yeah. And for us always, renewal of intention and ikhlas, we always have to work around this issue of contribution. The second thing, autonomy. Autonomy. What do you understand by autonomy? What did we say about autonomy? Autonomy.
It's independence.
Independence. Good. Anything else?
Power.
Power. Good.
Right.
Sorry? Right. Hurriya, freedom. Independence. Choice. So autonomy is different from independence. Okay? It means acting with choice, which means we can be both autonomous and happily interdependent. But it's important because before you can be effectively interdependent, you have to be sufficiently independent. So yes, there's a level of independence. People need autonomy over 4 main areas: the task, the time, the team, and the technique. What they do. For us in the Dawah Institute, we have a research department. Okay? The research and training department want autonomy in what they do. We will bring our timeline. You don't tell me, go and do some research on this topic, I want it tomorrow. Let us start research and we will tell you how long it will take. You want quality work? Then don't say by tomorrow. Why? Sometimes it's only when you enter water, you know how deep the water is. the team, who do you work with? Who do you work with? Somebody with training in, what you call academic, Islamic studies, whatever, is Ismail. You want somebody who from Zawri is like our encyclopedia, go and see somebody like Atahiru. You want somebody in some other area, see Taslim. You want somebody in some other area, see this person. Everybody with their own area. So we know the kind of who we want. So when we want to recruit somebody who says, I want to work with you, where? In research and training. We know what we are looking for. We know what we already have. We're just duplicating. Okay. But don't impose, you must work with this person. Technique, how we go about it. How do you go about something? That we have choice there. You look at this in more detail when tomorrow you look at delegation. Again, on this issue of delegating. Because there are times when you tell somebody, I want you to do this, careful about telling them how to do everything. Yeah, let them be creative, then they own the result. If not, if there's a problem, and they don't take responsibility. So you have to give a responsibility in such a way that the person accepts responsibility. You don't say I gave and it wasn't accepted, and you still say, but I said you should do. But you have to be sure it was accepted. So remember those 4 days. So encouraging autonomy does not mean discouraging accountability. Okay, we are still accountable. We'll still have deadlines. We'll still have minutes. Okay, you will get this ready by next week. You'll get this ready. So just because you give people more autonomy doesn't mean complete hurriya and freedom when you want, if you want. There's still accountability. There's what they call the result-only work environment. Okay, result only work environment. That this is the most important thing. Result. So somebody says, for example, there's some work I need to do, but can I come to work at 10 in the morning, not 8 or 8:30? Why? I'd like to do some of my work from home. You trust the person. You know the result you are looking for home. No problem. Go and do it from home. We'll meet at 10 o'clock or 12 o'clock or whatever. So in area of autonomy, if this is what will work best for somebody, if that is what will work best for somebody and produce the result, coming to work is not an end in itself, it's a means. Either you employ the person for a result, go. Yeah, there are times, for example, I will tell my staff, I will not be coming to office today till 12 o'clock. Why? Because I will stay home, madam will go to work, the children have gone to school, and I know, Hazu at that 12 o'clock, it's just me alone. Nobody will come, Nuru, we want you to sign this, we want to meet you about, there's one small problem. No, just put the phone on silent. Close the thing, put it one area. You've got a solid 5 hours from around 7 o'clock till 12. Just get your job done. After that, let's hear all the distractions that are going to come. But they don't have it, he's just going doing holiday, daddy, lazy, whatever. No, when they see the result, they know that is what is best for the nature of your type of work, where you do not want disturbance when you are busy trying to write a chapter on something. So, very important. This is important in work where autonomy is important. If you want more autonomy, don't read people's mind. They say to GET, you ASK. Can you remember that? To GET, you ASK. What does that mean?
To get, you ask.
To get, you ask. You want autonomy, go and ask for it. Your head of whatever, just go and say, I know in our contract I'm supposed to come from this time to this time. Right. Or, exactly. But there's a task I want you to Allah for the next 2 days. If you can allow me to be coming or whatever, I would have finished this by this time. Go and talk, don't keep quiet. Don't wahala, and you keep blaming. So every time I come to work, you give me this, you give me that. How can you blame me? Or you don't like being forced to use a particular bureaucracy. I want this one, I have to write to this one, get this one to sign, and then whatever, to Allah. It's too bureaucratic. Ask, to Allah, can I do it this way instead? Can I use my own money? I can phone, yes, then I can do the paperwork later. Okay? Don't just suffer in silence. If you see there's a better way of producing better results, go ahead and ask. Don't say you are trapped when, if you ask, you can be given more autonomy regarding the team, the task, the technique, and time. Team, task, technique, time. The last one we will look at is mastery. Mastery is about becoming better at something that matters. Becoming better at something that matters. Mastery begins with flow. Optimal experience when challenges we face are exquisitely matched to our abilities. What do we mean by this? You can give me an assignment that is too difficult for me to do. That can demoralize me because I'll just get stressed. Then there's a kind of assignment you give me that is too simple and I think it's a waste of my time. You should have given this one to somebody else. Okay? But if you get the kind of assignment, it is not too simple. It has some difficulty. There's challenge. I really have to read, study, think. It's not too much. It's not too beyond my level. Okay? It's not too beyond my level. That is the kind of challenging task that I find motivating. Okay? So when you employ somebody or you get a volunteer, look at the person's level. Don't get somebody who is very qualified and you start giving him arranging chairs. This. He's a graphic designer. Allah put him to good work. Appropriateness, exactly. So just remember, because that is where he's getting better and better and better. You want him to present. He has never presented to a group of malamai before. Let him start. How is he going to start? Let him be the one who will just do MC. He doesn't have to show knowledge or whatever. Let him just start with small MC. Let him just start with evaluation form, whatever. Let him start. It removes the fear. Yeah, they are growing. They are growing. After a while, give them a topic. They have done. They presented in one group before. They presented another, and now you can come and do. That's when by the time you're doing, you will not know this is the first time this person is presenting to this kind of audience. Yeah. Before he comes here, wallah, go and see him sitting down, shaking. Last night he didn't sleep. Okay? That's why it's a challenge. It's not too high above, but it's not that it's not a challenge. So with any, and I mean, alhamdulillah, for this particular course, nobody is new to this type of thing. But I'm just giving example that when you want to give a volunteer or yourself something that will grow, it has to be something that makes you study. You know, there is challenge in it. You will have to rehearse. Otherwise, it can be demoralizing. Yeah, is it? But I've done it before. Go and present to secondary school, whatever. What am I to tell them? Inshallah, Allah. But I can't be spending time doing that. Anybody can go and teach them that. Hey, tell me, among these students are people who are questioning, does God exist? Why is Islam the true religion? How are we sure Quran is actually word of God? You tell me there's confusion, and I'm interested in that one. Allah, let somebody else do that one. Why? This is an area I read, I'm interested in. So, key point we're saying here is mastery. You need something where the optimal experience is where the challenges we face are matched to our abilities. Not too high, not too low. In flow, you know, when you want to see somebody, and you can see it with some people. If you give me a topic, say present, etc., I so enjoy the presentation on some topics that I lose track of time. Why? I'm zoned out. I don't think of clocks. I don't think of food. I don't think have I eaten. I don't think who is waiting for me. It's zone. Yeah. For some teachers in the classroom, they just enter a zone. For some, when they are writing, they just enter that zone. For some, when it is counseling one-on-one, they enter a zone. Everybody has his own. For some, it is, it's as they enjoy it, the time flies, they don't notice, they've forgotten, they've not had lunch. We've all done that before. Yeah, you're in something and, hey, well, okay, I've not eaten, that type of thing. Yeah, that's when you are growing. Yeah. It is in that zone that you grow the fastest. But when you enter and you don't enjoy, you are even looking at hurry on, so that type of thing, madam, you are in the wrong thing. So, important to be in those type of situations where your goals are very clear, they're very black and white, you're deeply engaged, sense of time, place, even self melts away. You don't have any ego in these areas. You just want to grow, understand, learn. When you sit with some of these scholars and they are talking on a particular topic, as you are listening, you are taking notes. Well, people will knock on the door, you didn't hear anything. You just zone in. Yeah. So look for what is it that puts you in that type of zone. Why? That's where you know you are growing. So flow is essential for mastery, but flow doesn't guarantee mastery. Flow happens in a moment, mastery takes time. Okay? It's very important. Mastery unfolds over time, years, months. You remember the 10,000 hour rule, go? You remember that one? 10,000 hour rule states, it's from a psychology study of various talented people. The best footballers in the world, the best chess players, the best musician, the best guy, the best. When they study their history, when did you start? Golf player, dart thrower, you look at them. When did you start? And when, from the time you started, how many hours have you put in? How many hours a day? How many days a week? And they find they have not seen anybody who became a world talent at something. But if you check their history, they have put in up to 10,000 hours. That was number one. But they did the other way around too. They have not seen anybody who put up to 10,000 hours and he didn't become world class. That when you say talent is really a product of effort and time. They say practice makes perfect. What they actually mean is correct practice. If you practice wrongly, you will not become perfect. But correct practice. It doesn't create perfection. We will come back to this. Mastery is a mindset. If you really want to be good at something, look at your abilities not as finite, that there is a limit to how much I can learn, but infinite. There is no limit to how much I can learn. Don't look at I can't learn it, I will never be good at it. Don't put your own limits. No, let Allah put the limit. Your own, let me just, but in Jumana, then I will know whether I can understand or not. If I don't understand, I will ask. So, importance of that. Mastery is pain. It demands effort, grit, sabr, deliberate practice. Okay? As enjoyable and wonderful as flow is, the path to mastery becomes in other words, becoming better and better and better is difficult process over a long period of time. Now, when you see, as Ismail was telling us earlier about an alim, when you see somebody who is an alim, this is not overnight. Yeah. When you see somebody and you say, if you want to go and start calculating how much this person has read, you will see volumes. And if somebody showed you that volume, I can't do it. Yes. But it's because it is small. If you have a habit of reading 10 pages, you know how much is 10 pages? 10 pages, go. If you have a habit of reading 10 pages a day, just 10, how many pages do you think you will read in a year?
10 times 360.
3,655.
Sorry?
3,655.
It's 365 days in a year, go. So time 10 pages is 3,650 pages. 3,600. One ream of paper is 500 sheets of paper. 1,000 pages. Okay? 3,500 is like 3 reams of paper. 3 reams of paper. So imagine you read equivalent to that thickness every year. Just 10 pages a day. What do you think if this person picks one topic, Kawai, and he is going to be reading 10 pages of that topic every day, in addition to all the other things the person is studying. But on this particular subject, 10 pages per day. And he continues or she continues for the next 10 years. This is the thickness of 3.5 reams of paper. Times 10 is what? Yes, so you are going from the ground to about here. So Allah, you bring that amount of book, you say on this one subject, Ulumul Quran, Usulul Fiqh, whatever, this person has read books on this subject that will pile from here.
No.
You are a manager, you are an admin, and you read 10 pages on management every day. Who is going to come and teach you what? Core PhD has not reached you. Master's degree will not read. I've done a master's degree, alhamdulillah, in management. I know how much we read. It's not up to 5,000 pages. It's not up to magazine, periodical, textbook. Read all of them together. You're not reading up to 5,000. And it's not what I'll call a cheap master's degree, whatever. No, I got scholarship. I studied my master's in Edinburgh University in Scotland, and it was in resource management. So it's not what your supervisor was. No. We studied a lot. I was stressed. But I know, Dukaratum, it's not up to... If you read 10 pages a day, within 2 years, you will pass that. So imagine somebody has been reading 10 pages a day for the last 20 years. No certificate. But when you sit down with that person, you know, okay, this is a master. It's small, it's incremental, it takes time. It is when you look back, you say, wait, you finished all of these books? Yeah, but it's just small. So, it's not that it is easy, but you need that mindset of realizing you need intrinsically motivated behavior to keep you going. Mastery is an asymptote. This is a mathematical abundance. It's impossible to fully realize, which makes it simultaneously frustrating and alluring. Let's say, for example, between me and brother, Yasuna Mara? Al-Qasim? So I want to go to Al-Qasim, but every time I go, I will only go half the distance, not the full distance. Okay? I will never go the full distance, I will only go half the distance. Will I ever reach him? No. Half the distance between him and me now is here. Then I say go half the distance again. Half the distance between me and him is where this hula is. So I'll go here. Half the distance between me and him is where this thing is. So I will go here. Half the distance is here. We'll go here. Half the distance is here. We'll go. Half the distance is, it's always half. We never reach there. Okay? Growth and mastery is like that. You never become perfect. If you say, I am very interested in this subject of, say, usul al-fiqh or qawaid, pick any topic. Then I say, okay, I have brought 10 books for you to read. The 10 best books on this subject. You say, alhamdulillah. Read book number 1. As you are reading book number 1, every paragraph, one paragraph, 2, you are drawing. Mashallah. Very new. Everything is new. You are marking this, marking that, marking that, marking that. Good, I finished book number 1. Book number 2. Hi, mashallah. But you are not marking as many as you did in the other one. You are reducing. By the time you get to book number 5, how much are you marking? Page 1, page 2. Okay, I like the way this one said it. This one said something similar, but I prefer this way of saying it. That's what you are getting. Page 3, 4, one little paragraph here. Till you go, page 15. Till you go, then page 20. That's how you finally, okay, you got something. By the time you are reaching page 9, book number 9, and you put book number 9, you 1 page, 2 page, page 100, now you have not seen anything. Yeah. It's more frustrating for you to get one thing. So there's that frustration. But also there's that small one thing that gaskiya you want. Yeah. And when you get that one thing, you'll never forget it. Yeah. So it's like digging for gold. You'll go through a lot of sand before you find one small piece. So mastery, you know, there's the frustration, but there's also the allure about it. Most of these are simple rules that if you are a leader, you should please remember. They help you in keeping people motivated. Number one, there are some general rules in business. You have to break those rules if you're going to keep the best people around you. Yeah. Remember, you don't believe that a person can achieve all they set their mind to achieve. Okay? Some people are just not good at some things. Don't you can get better. What are you already good at? What are you passionate about? Put them in that area. Be very careful about saying, I will put you in your area of weakness so as to improve. It's not saying people can't improve, but it's a waste of time. Get people and put them in their area of strength. And if this person is just not good at this area, he's good at something, find the person who is strong at this area. So, there was a story of a scorpion that wanted to cross a river. And he came and asked the frog, Allah, if you can help me cross. The frog said, it's like a lane. You know that? So Kwato said to the Kunama that if I try to carry you on my back, what will happen in Katileni? I will die. Scorpion said, Habamana, but I'll not sting you, I'll not allay you. Because if I allay you in the river, I will sink. Frog thought like this. But I have seen you. Small thing, like, I will have full control. Alright, no problem. So Konama climbed the back of Wado.
In the beginning of the problem.
In the middle of the water, one fish just splashed. Konama just over and pick up the leg. Yes, sir. Shaitan will not go to hell alone. Is it understood? Yes. There are some people, when you employ them and you start seeing fitina, careful about too much rahmah. Is it understood? Yes. Sometimes when somebody starts doing bad, Allah ya rufa masa asiri. The one that you are seeing is number 10. Yes, so be very careful about too much rahmah when you are not the victim. Is it understood?
Yes.
When kudina na waka okay na yafe maka. Amma the organization ba wani Allah ya isa, ba wani abun. Yes. Kawo kudin and you are fired. Yes. It's not a punishment. Punishment is I will take you to police. Be very careful when you see somebody has repeated something, he is delayed again, he's delayed again, he's delayed again, and you think talking. That is when you know this person is kunama. There was another different one, similar abuna. Manomine, you know this kind of cold weather naturawa, hana thulj in snow is really cold. So the farmer, very kind gentleman, as he was talking, he saw one snake on the ground. He got his stick, he touched the snake small. Because it's very cold. That's the stick. The snake was nearly frozen like stick. So he carried it. It could not move. He looked carefully. You're not right. But in Aji, she didn't does it. By the time the snake was feeling a bit okay, careful doing rahmah too much. Maciji has his hali. In kasa halin mutum, you know how to manage it. But be very careful thinking people will change. So, just don't be naive. They don't insist a person should overcome his weakness. If this is your weakness, I'll put you where I don't have to suffer from your weakness. They are wise in applying the golden rule. What is the golden rule? You remember what they call in English the golden rule? Love for your brother, what you love for yourself. That's the golden rule. But it's not everything you love for yourself that is good for your brother. So think very carefully. They play favorites to each according to his or her own talent. Somebody, if you want to say thank you to this person, Allah, send him on one course for 2 weeks. Another person, give him 10,000 naira. Course in Bedameshiba. Is it understood? So, when we said what brings people certainty? Yeah. What is it that some people like? Wani afada agaban jama'a about this person's contribution. Alhamdulillah, harmaya afada. That's it. You don't have to give him money. He actually doesn't appreciate too much money. Yeah. Kabashima, okay, this is 5,000 naira. Yeah, the nama and jiki magana takari. Yeah. For another person, that you waited until speech and prize giving day, and you gave a surprise, you came, and deputy governor who was there, or one top who gave him an award, it is more than giving him 50,000 naira. The one who has sacrificed, the most hardworking teacher, the one who has helped these students, whatever. No 10,000, 20, 50, 100,000 naira will do that one to this person. So find out what moves people. The remaining 12 questions are not too relevant to this presentation, but it's worth going through. It is very related to what you will be doing tomorrow on Dr. Grab. So we'll just go through them for that purpose, because time is not on our side. It is important that you are able to answer. If you are working somewhere, can you say yes to all of these questions? Do I know what is expected of me? Do I know what is expected of me? Do I have the material resources to do my work right? Okay. Do I need laptop? Do I have the material resources I need to do my work right? Do I have the opportunity to do what I do best every day? Or kawai dai wannan takaici or one wahala that they are putting you in. In the last 7 days, have I received recognition or praise for good work done? Yeah. This is why sometimes what we try to do in Dean, every Wednesday, meeting now? Every Wednesday from 8:30 to 10, we have a meeting. You have done something, well done, excellent. Everybody knows what you did. If you don't do, everybody knows what you didn't do. Besides whatever meeting you have with others. Does my supervisor or someone at my work care for me as a person? No. Do I care about your sick mom or your dad or your this or your that, or kawaifa it's you and I can do you care for me as a person? If I'm not happy, would you ask, is everything okay? Can I bring my personal issue to you? Or kawaifa if it's not to do with work, so you should be able to say yes to this. For example, here in IET, I know they care about me not just about any work, but as a person. And I will try with those I work with to care about them as people, not just as my data. Okay? Is there someone at work who encourages my development? At work, do my opinions seem to count? Okay, anything you say is equal to 0. Does the mission and purpose of my company or organization make me feel that my work is important? Number 9, are my co-workers committed to doing quality work? Or like work, yeah, that can be demoralizing. Do I have a best friend at work? Yeah. Do I have a best friend? When I have to start counting my best friends, people who I would like to meet, talk to, how are you, what, etc. I read something very interesting. Is there somebody I was reading this. Is any of them here at work, or are they all elsewhere. In the last 6 months, have I talked to someone about my progress? Okay. One of the things we do in IET, we do it every 4 months, maximum 6 months. We have what they call 360-degree assessment. 360-degree assessment, you work in a particular office. He is your senior and he is your senior. This person and me are your colleagues. This one is your junior, that one is your junior. In 360-degree, all the people who work around you will sit, you are not around, will sit, what are his strengths? What do we appreciate about him? What are the areas of improvement that we can suggest to him? Those are the main two. Okay? What in short, the positive and the negative. But you don't call the negative, you call them areas of improvement. Sorry?
Not weakness.
Not weakness. You call them areas of improvement. So it's a positive abundance. Shima, it's easier to say, we think you can improve in the following areas. So everybody has gotten? Yeah. Oh yeah, come and sit down. And we are all there. We've discussed, and this is what we think. We appreciate about you. You are very helpful. You are punctual. You are this. You are that. This thing happened 2 months ago or last month, and you handled it in this way. We all appreciate how you did this. You get your feedback. Areas where we think you can improve upon: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Any questions? Can you explain this one better? What we mean is kaza kaza. Angani? Ain? Fine. Who does 360-degree in IET? From Alaji Arzika, our Director General, all the people around you will do 360-degree assessment for him, to the last person. Yeah. You try to make sure nobody will be here for 6 months and you don't know whether you are good or you are bad, and what are your strengths or your weaknesses.
And in your absence.
Sorry?
And you, the person to be focused on, you will be absent by then? Or you will be in the midst?
You will be absent while they discuss. So you want to know who is suggesting, who said good, who said whatever. They will have a secretary who has collated, have I understood? Yeah. Or yeah, come back. Then this person will tell you, we discussed, and they are all there. And these are what we considered your strength. We appreciate this, we appreciate that. You go into specifics, you go into general, and then areas of improvement, kaza. Any comment? It's not easy. You know, it's not easy to listen to those, but it's being sincere with you. If by the time we have done up to 2 years, we met once in this year, we met a second time in that year, next year we met again, and the same complaint comes, as we are going to meet again, Kaima, you will start changing yourself. Yeah. But that means, if that error starts coming, we will have to discuss, do we want to continue with this? Okay. Have we put him in the wrong place? Let's move him to another department. So we start looking, so that you are not just going to be a source of complaint. And the last question, in the last year, have I had the opportunity at my work to learn and grow? To learn and grow. Every 4 months in IET, we have what we call staff development retreat. So there will be books on this topic. 4 or 5 of you, you will study this book. 3 or 4 or 5 of you study another book. That's how we divide everybody. Normally it's 5-5 books, depending on the size of the book you are studying. The books will be on family life, on management, on Islam, on economics, it may be on whatever day, but normally each of these books are best-selling books. So they are among the best books on that topic. And we've already given out for next retreat go. Yeah. So in the next 4 months, we will be having. So 4 months ahead of time, that group have been given their books. Photocopied, everybody with his own. Go and study, and as a group you will be meeting, you have your leader. At the time of presentation, everybody will have what they are going to present. So we'll give you, for example, your group maybe 2 hours, depending on your book. Some 5 hours, some depends on the book. How many hours? You go and you will each present. So you will study, you will present. You will hear everybody. So at the end of the day, usually over those, is it 3 days, 4 days. Over the 4-day period, we are in session from around 8:30 a.m. to 2 for 4 days. And we'll cover about 5-6 books. After 4 months, we'll meet again, another 4-6 books. That's for the whole organization. Then on one of those retreats is going to be departmental. So only our institute will go and read books related to just their own area. So the last one we did was on jihad. So all the top books on fiqh jihad and anything to do with jihad, that's what we were studying. The next one will be on a different, and that's how it continues. The key thing is nobody will say I'm not growing. Yeah. So you discuss fi sabilillah and fi sabilillah, the importance of getting salaries off the table. How do you know what is fair? What are people in other similar organizations getting? People doing similar jobs. So salary is important, but be very careful about envy, social comparison. Yeah. I'm happy with my salary until I got to hear what is his salary. You know, this giver and envy and, jealousy, just because of what is somebody getting. That's why sometimes it's not good to know what are other people getting. Malam, what did you say you will pay me when I do? Have you paid me? Yes. Stop looking at others. Don't even want to know. Yeah, you'll demoralize yourself for no reason. So do your tajdeed al-niyah and tazkiyat al-nafs and ikhlas and jaddad al-niyah. If you treat the our people or volunteers like mercenaries, they will become mercenaries. You know what is a mercenary? Sojan hire, exactly. Mercenary is sojan hire. I will give you this money, go and do this. I'll give you this money, go and... I think in the Northeast you've seen a lot of this. NGOs pumping money into things that people would volunteer to help their community. You pumped in so much money, now you want them to do it fi sabilillah, they will not. How much are you paying? Everything, it just becomes money. Yeah. And this is how you kill people's motivation to do something that they will have done fi sabilillah because of purpose, autonomy and mastery. But you bring money in and it kills that motivation. So we'll just conclude on this side, which is, there's carrot and stick. If you do this, then I will do that. Be very careful about that type of arrangement. If you do this, I will pay you that. Don't do that one with da'wah. Da'wah, you do now. Now that you have done this, here is this. So you invite somebody for a lecture, Angama. Yeah. We are going to give you this if you come. Yeah, you have changed the niyyah. Let the niyyah be fi sabilillah, free sabilillah, or hoshima be some yasa abashi ba imaza abashi. Angama, yes. Allah, I hope that is the one we can manage, whether it's big or small, but after, not before. Yeah. If not, you rewire the niyyah. Whatever. You put money ahead. Let the fi sabilillah benefit to community be your main motivation. So this is just revision. This is our last slide at Atahiru. Atahiru is reminding me of our next program. Autonomy. If you want to reward people's autonomy, give them more freedom and choice. Give them more involvement. Are we clear? If you want to help people mastery, give them more training, learning, presentations. Let them go for conferences. Let them go for this and that. Purpose, show them appreciation, help them travel, evaluate the results of these type of, let them see at the end of all this evaluation, let the participants, the trainers, whatever see, oh, they said they appreciated it. Even you, if you are, alhamdulillah, sure, we're not wasting our time. Now? Oh, you. Okay. So, if you have volunteers, non-financial and non-material support. So remember these ones. Okay, these are very critical. These are very critical. Okay, this is New Frontiers. You've already done that one. Cool. You've done this one, huh? New Frontiers in Dawah. Yes. The importance of design, storytelling. This one you've already covered. So I think this is the most important one. I'll just say canopy effect and then we stop there. You know how forest grows, go? Yeah, the real canopy.
Tall shady tree.
Very good. You have a tall tree and it has its leaves, go? In the forest, if you go to all these Oyo State, Ogun, going towards Lagos, Akwa Ibom, all those areas, you will find the trees very tall and compacted. They form like a canopy, like a roof. This little tree wants to grow. No way. Why? No sun. That's why they need sunlight for photosynthesis. Go. No sunlight. This one starts to grow, no enough sunlight. So how you just see the only thing that can grow on this in this place is all small shrubs, nothing strong. Why? This one has blocked all the experience of sunlight. In an organization, you have people who form canopies. Yes, they block all the new experience. The chairman of last time is the chairman this time. The MC last time is the MC this time. He has become so good at MC. Kada mu risking wani sabo. Kawo shida machine mahiri abunnan kaza is the expert in this. He will do. Yawa ba na kya muku yana da kyau ba. Now, but the day he dies, then what? You know what happens in this forest? When this tree, somebody came and cut the tree, and the tree fell. Okay? The tree fell. That's when this little one now has hope. It starts to grow. It starts to grow. It starts to grow. But that's when this one blocks again. By the time you hear she can. Yes, sir. If you want to have the next generation, you have to open the canopy yourself. You have to risk people making mistakes. Yeah. You have to deliberately, you write the letter. If you want, but it's I saw me reporting. I shine nam in kana da wanda ke sallama mutane. Abu ya isa an samu kunama in the house or the same maciji type of person. Bring it to his case. Yaran musallame shi. Why? Nobody likes to be the bad person that ke sallama mutane. Okay? What happens when he leaves the organization? Everybody is afraid to salame anybody. I've never done it before. But then he will say, no, I'm not going to do that. You go and feel the experience of writing na salameka. Have you ever written a query letter before? No. You are reporting? Yeah. Go and put your report in writing to me. Go and write. If not, if you don't write, I will write a query to you for why did you raise this, whatever. You are allowing experience to go down. Now you have strong leaders. You have Sahaba coming up. Yeah, you have strong leaders coming up. We'll stop there, inshallah. And part of that is, you want to watch the seedlings grow and take ownership of success and also their own failures. But there's no failure. There's only lessons learned. There's only lessons learned. And as you promote people, again, this one, Peter's principle, we'll come to that tomorrow, inshallah. But it's simply careful about promoting people to their level of incompetence. We spoke about it earlier. Okay, he's a good teacher, you promote him, and then he fails. Yeah, so even volunteer, careful about over promotion, inshallah. So what we will go to now is what we discussed before. We got two exercises we will be doing. One is called the
mute management,
which we will do outside. And then we will do the second one outside, and then we'll come here to discuss lessons. Are we okay?
Yes.
Let's go. Yeah. you know, this has